Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Happy Sunday to you. It's that time of the week again. It's where I go through with you, not all, but some of the standout products or the most used products of items that I've went through, used throughout the week. I'm going to try to keep this video in a manageable amount of time, but I find when I speed talk and rush, I miss a little bit, different little details, and then when I go in to, can put the video up, I'm like, oh, I forgot to say this or I forgot to say that. So I'm gonna try to go at a medium rate pace and get us in and get us out. If the video is too lengthy, then I'll put the discussion portion in a separate video, because what I was trying to do is do my product review and then the second half of the video talk about something that stood out to me throughout the week and leave the floor open for anyone who feels like they would like to comment. You're welcome to do so. My opinion is not the only one floating around here in this world. All right, so I'm going to just begin to grab. Let me show you in advance. We're trying to get through this amount of goods. So, and a couple of little books, but I won't do book reviews, just highlight, key points. First thing I've been using a lot of is this Alamar Cosmetics. I received this earlier on in this year through my Boxycharm subscription. If you are not a member of any of these subscription boxes that I might mention, and you see a lot of things that you would have liked to have had in a box, I will have my referral links in the description box below. And if you want, you can click through it. Sometimes there are incentives or discounts in place for you upon signing up, and then sometimes I get something, whether it's a little credit within that company or something like that. The workability of that varies throughout the year, what they're giving for the new signups and what they're giving to us as a person that you signed up through. It just changes, so bear that in mind, but I will put the links in the description box below. This was a blush trio, and I remember distinctly that it came out, Boxycharm took in consideration different skin tones, so I received the medium to dark skin tone palette, and then there was a light or light to medium palette. Today I used this color, which is called Deserted, and that's what's on my cheeks right now. I used a light hand because I was a little nervous going in with that coral peach, but I think it looks nice with a gentle hand. I probably could have dipped in it again, but I've been using this a lot. I'm sorry I didn't mention, and I've been using all three. So on different days of the week, I've used today this one. I've used the Oasis and the Candela throughout these last 7 days. Next thing I want to share with you is another palette. This one is 1 blush and 2 highlights, and this is from the company Wonder Beauty, which I seem to be a fan of, minus one product coming up. But even with that one, I can still deal with it. I just have to maneuver around it a little bit. So I don't hate it and I don't dislike it, and I will use it, but we'll talk about that when we get there. The 2 highlights here, Tuscan Sunrise, Havana Nights is the name of the blush, and City Lights. And I have City Lights on today. Again, I don't know how close I am to you recording. I won't know until I edit and then I put it up and then I go and I watch it on my smart TV, and it's just like I could have got closer. So I'm winging it as I'm recording, but I have right now on City Lights, and so those are on my highlight points, and I even put just a little bit under the eyebrow. And no, sister girl did not do no eyebrows today. I just wasn't feeling it. I also blended Havana Nights with Candela, because you see they're not too far off, and it really can blend with either or. I like blue. Oh shit, excuse me, I just kind of tapped it to my palette. God diggity dog. Hold on. Okay, made a little mess. So if you see something on my fingers, it's me trying to clean up my blush. All right, what I like about those is, one, on my skin tone, it appears. It appears without being harsh. It was easy to blend on the skin. My skin is dry, sometimes dull to combination, meaning the T-zone area can get semi-oily, more sweaty than anything. And I found that those colors really were complementary. The pigmentation is there. You don't have to dip into the product a lot of times to get a color payoff, as well as it glided across the skin it picked up good on a brush, and it applied and laid down really well. It didn't seem to just sit on the skin. It could get blended, in, which I do try to have patience when I do my makeup majority of the time. I felt that they were lightweight, so there wasn't adding extra weight on the face upon use. So those are my comments for both of the two palettes I just showed you. And both came from Boxycharm. Boxycharm again. This is a color FX. And this is a Perfector face palette. I've been using this in the last 7 days, I would say 3 to 4 times this week. And mainly I've been dipping into that contour, as well as the highlighter. Let's see if it's a color for it. Yes, Heavenly. So I've been using a good bit of Heavenly. Let's see, guys, how to get this together. And then the contour. I think the contour, they winged it. Again, this was sent for medium deep, and it works. It's not too harsh. I have a contour brush from Boxycharm or Boxylux, and I just kind of go right about in here, under where your jaw, like when you do like that, or you make your cheek to do your blush. You always want to do your contour just along here and not go too far out. You can also take it down here to chisel out a more defined chin area. You can go in along the nostril area here to slim the nose. I didn't do that today, but I did take it up above the hairline, and then I did bring it out a bit here. This is something that's buildable. You can dip in, start applying it, and you will begin to see it upon your first, brush application. And all of our hands are different. Even my light and heavy-handedness varies from day to day. I'm thinking more of, medium hand to light hand, dip, tap, go in, right? But then if I don't feel like I see enough of a shadow, contrast, then I'll go again. And so this is something that can be built up without, you can get where you look like you've been knocked out, but, hey, you got to know when to draw the line in the sand. Again, this blends out well. It's not difficult to work with. It's very easy. If you're in a rush, grab, go, and be done. Next thing I've been using a lot is the Violet Voss Essentials Pro Palette, which came in my September Boxycharm. Alright, let's see what I want to say. This one shows up nicely. The gold shows up nicely. So emerald, gold, terracotta. I found those to be relatively easy to work with. I do have to kind of build it up a little bit to get where I'm going, but it's not a lot of work. This guy here was stubborn as hell. Pink just didn't want to work for me. Now I do have about 5 different eyeshadows, so I'm not going to give up eyeshadow primer, so I'm not going to give up on it. And I was trying to blend it with the pink from another palette that I got from another Boxycharm. And I am not trying to like push Boxycharm on anyone and make you use my referral link. It's just what I've been using. And I put the palettes in rotations when I cleaned up last weekend. And so this is just what I've been using coincidentally. So I thought if I used the pink here as a base, right, and then came in on top with this bottoms up from the Laura Lee palette, that I was going to have me like some pink Floyd. You know, I thought I was going to have me a punk rock pink color. Wonk wonk, both of them just wonk wonk wonk. So I'm going to try a different eyeshadow primer and brush, because sometimes your brushes and your primers make or break if some of these things will do well. And I'm going to come back to you guys once I do that and let you know if there was any difference. If there was no difference, you won't see them. If there was a difference, I'll bring them back. Because, you know, time is of the essence with these videos. I've been using this a lot. So, like today, I started out under the eye with these two. So, with Damage Control and Karaoke. And I actually liked how Damage Control was looking mixed with the Karaoke. I felt like Damage Control was actually showing up. And I started out with it under the under eye, and then I took it out to here. This eye, they're just not quite, look at me, hello, the same. And so this eye, don't always have to babysit with certain things. This one is leaner, this one is meatier, something like that. And the drop down, as you can see here, this one has like a crease that's a little deeper than this one. And so when I went in to smudge it out, this one was giving me hell. So I was just like, you know what? It's Sunday. It's just a review video. My daughter and her spouse is supposed to stop by today, but I just didn't want to fuss with it anymore. So it's no fault to the pigmentation of the product. I think it does well. Like I said, bottoms up was a bit of a disappointment this week, but I will try it again and alternate what I was using. Hangover is another one I've been using a lot. It's been doing an awesome job, guys. So these three have been getting a lot of use. I have used drinks as like going out and just kind of like a base after the primer, after I set the primer with the powder, and then I would go in with this one. So I did do a look with drinks, and I would have liked the orange to show up a bit more. This is one that I feel you will have to go in the pan 2, 3, maybe 4 to try to get it as vibrant as it is looking right now. 1 or 2 dips is going to be very light, and I haven't used the other ones. The next one I've been using a lot this week. Yes, I've been doing my face a lot. I've been having places to go to. It's Alamar Cosmetics. Once again, came in a Boxycharm. I have on today this Viridio color. I topped something off with Tropical. I've used Guantanamera and Cafecito, something like that. So boom, 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 boom. And I don't know what all y'all can see, but that's a little bit of what's on my eyes now. And I just use different colors from it, whether it's to go under or to help with a transition and things of that nature. I've actually been pulling on this guy a little bit this week, more so than usual, and it's from the DeBalm. It is their New Dude Volume 2, and I've been using, like today, I use Friendly to kind of go outside of, you know, and out in the crease and then under the eye a little bit, to have the blues sit on top of something and to kind of stretch out and blend out the color, since I didn't like how I couldn't get symmetry between the two eyes. I'm trying to remember what I used here in my inner corner, inner duck, and I'm sorry, I don't remember, you guys. I'm a big fan of the Balm. I actually need to start picking up more of their stuff. It's close to Lorac in texture, so if you've ever had a Lorac eyeshadow palette, it's really close in formula. It's silky, buttery, smooth. It lays down really nice. It buffs out. Now, I will say you want to try to get decent brushes to work with them, because you can kind of go in and then it's been erased a little bit, but overall it's got good staying power. It lays down nice. It's not a problem. Say hello to my little friend. Oh my goodness, I feel like, where have I been all my life? Now, I've seen it pop up in different YouTubers' videos, and they've talked about it. There's some claims on the package. 94% saw dramatic length and volume, amen. 90% saw base to tip curl. 94% saw visible lift. 100% saw long wearing results. I can attest to all of the above. I would buy this. I would buy this full size. When I run out, I will be buying this full size. I don't give a that is $30-something. I think it's ridiculous. But there are very few mascaras that don't irritate my eyes, don't become a clumpy mess or crunchy. You know, once it dries down, then it's just hard and crunchy. Bleed at the slightest bit of watering of the eye. And I very seldom, there was another mascara, and unfortunately I can't remember if it was It Cosmetics, Superhero, or Too Faced, or somebody. There was one other one, but even that one, that was a good contender to this, but this beats it. Let me show you the wand. Now, the plasticky wands kind of creep me out just a little bit, because you got to be very careful not to hurt yourself. But right here, you see that little tip, the ball of it, and then it's got the little bristles all over it. I've been wearing my own eyelashes this week. And eyelashes for me, like how some people say, I gotta do my eyebrows, I don't feel complete without them. I like eyelashes like that, and I haven't even bothered. I've been enjoying. I'm turned to the side like this so you can kind of see the length a little bit better and see what I mean about the separation. Volume, length, definition, color. This even beats the Thrive, and I was very excited for the Thrive, and I still like it, just, you know, around, you know, light wear. This guy does what it needs to do, bro. Anytime I don't even feel compelled to put on eyelashes. That says a lot. Love it, love it, love it. And it hasn't irritated my eyes or anything. Oh my God, I don't know, guys, about this video. This guy is back. I mixed it today with, and no, this is not the same. I have two different Urban Decays of the same brand but different colors. And this one's 8.75, so it's lighter, but I wanted it as a blender and to lighten up, you know, certain foundations that I felt was too dark. This one I feel is spot on, but I still wanted to blend it today for what God only knows, y'all, what was going on with Roll. But here it is. Long wear. I know it had a claim, oil-free, anti-shine satin finish, 100% vegan. I'm loving that part about it. This is Warm Tan 10W, because I know when I showed it to you in the Ulta video, I gave you the wrong frickin', but that's the color I am. Love this. I'm almost tempted to go and get 2 more bottles, because sometimes finding my color can be tricky. It's available, but it's bought out type of thing. So I'm frightened if this thing goes away. I'm really liking this. Now, retail price is $16 or $16.99. But I'm really digging it. The staying power is there. It doesn't shift and move around. It don't become cakey. It doesn't become an oily, shiny mess. For me with dry skin, maybe the way I'm prepping it, I still have a level of dewiness without looking greasy and oily. What else I would say about it? As you can see, it plays nice with other products. It don't sit on the skin, like just like sitting on it. It kind of melts in a bit. I really like it. Now, interesting fact about this, and again, I'm going to use this in another way, and I'll probably come back and you'll see it next week. Now, when I tried to use this with that, it made it dry. Now, I did try a different moisturizer that's fixing to come up that day. So when I used that moisturizer, and then I came in with this, that moisturizer, then a primer, and then this, and then that foundation, I found my skin was drier and, what's the word I'm looking for? It just seemed thirsty. It just was looking thirsty, y'all. Now that I know it will behave that way, I would not use that same moisturizer. I wouldn't use that same primer. And I would also go in with this guy. Now, this is a dupe. This is by NYX. It's a Hydra Touch Oil Primer, Touch Dehydration Base. This is a dupe for Smashbox, which this works beautifully, and it works across my NARS, Urban Decay, MAC. It plays with everybody. It's a friendly little guy here. I went to my local NYX store, picked it up. They had a buy one get something 50% off. Bada boom, bada bang. Bah, it works. I'm gonna try this again with its own foundation. Then I'm gonna try it again with a different foundation. But I'm gonna go in with a much more moisturizing primer and much more moisturizing foundation and see if the way it lays and work with its own. I'm gonna also try this by itself, so you'll see this come back again, and we'll go from there. And I've already made enough comments about this, but I would recommend this as well. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my God. Wonder Beauty. I got these with my Boxy points. I very seldom say it in the videos, but if you go back and review the stuff from your box, you get points. The points in turn can be used to shop once you get enough in the Boxycharm store, and the products change throughout the month. A couple of times out the month, it updates, and you can buy things if you have enough accrued points. And I bought 2 Wonder Beauty pencils. I bought this one, which is a twist up kind. It's just in black. And then I have another one that's you got to sharpen it, and it's in a blue. And so that's what I have on my waterline today. The lips, I have used this Huda Beauty lip pencil. I got this from Ipsy. It's soft, it's cream. As you can see, it's not crumbly. It's got enough texture, you know, like it's soft, but it's not going to just fall apart. It's not dry. And I find that it colored in my lips very nicely. I have a couple of lip pencils too that no matter how light your hand is, it just seems to just be too harsh of a line draw. Look how that just blended in. I'm gonna pick up more she can be a little, she's a little pricey. And I don't jump on her particular choo-choo train. But I do like that pencil. And I feel like it's been doing very nice. It beats out all the other -1 lip pencils that I have. And so it's worth the investment for me. And I have 2 Jordanas that I like, but I do like that Huda Beauty quite a bit. This is a base on the lips. This is the NARS pencil. It didn't show, it's not, I don't have this on by itself. This is almost for my lips like a maroon, what would I say, like a maroon nude. Yeah. So I would say for me, this would be like a nice nudie, burgundy brown family. It would have to be sharpened, so I have to get a new pencil sharpener that can fit this size, because the pencil sharpener I have is just for my eyeliners right now. I'm sorry, my mind kind of drifting off on something I need to do. Speaking of Jordana, this is one of their eyeliners, and I like it. Now this color is like a cobalt blue. And I love it. When I bought it, it was only 1. I got it from Walgreens. And I have to go to Walgreens. It's not far. I can walk to it this week. I'm going to look to see if there's any more and pick up another one. And I may pick up 2. They're $2.99 just to have some backups, but that's what it looks like. And so when I don't feel like taking powders and trying to sculpt underneath the eye and go in and smudge it out, I find working with a pencil much easier, guys. It's very easy to do, and you can even take a smudge to applicator and then just go in and kind of, you know, smudge it out if you want a more smoky look. What I'm going to end up doing, because we still got this much, and I want to stop this one around 30 minutes because y'all don't want to sit through this stuff that long. I think I'm going to stop and then just finish out the rest of the review, and then you'll see that part next week. And so the things that I'm saying, I'll come back and talk to you on. You'll see it the week after next. That's how I'm gonna probably end up doing it. This was really nice. It's already empty. Thank you, Sephora. How many uses I got, guys? 2.5. So I don't know if someone in the warehouse played with it first and then threw it in the box, or it was really just 2.5 times to spray. But this, oh my God, it's got a baby powder, musk type of scent, sandalwoodish, I don't know. It smells very lovely. I felt like just spraying the extension, the wig, it just took any little, you know, like when you're outside, any wear sit out of it. And my own natural hair is braided down, and I just spray in between the rolls, and it just seemed to freshen things up. I've seen dry bar in my TJ Maxx, and I would repurchase this. Now even in TJ Maxx, they tend to be $9.99 to $15, and if you get the kits can be like, I don't know, 79 bucks. But I do find that that worked really nice compared to your mother's, not your mother's or something. it beat that, and it beat another one I got back there. So I'm going to stop the video for today here. The discussion part have to come in a separate video, so I'm going to chop some of this stuff up so that it's not so lengthy. Thanks for watching. You guys comment below what you'd like me to do as far as the videos, the length of time and things like that. I think the discussion ones are going to have to start being separate altogether anyways. But thanks for watching. Again, remember, I'm going to keep recording, but it'll come up next week or maybe even sometime throughout the week just to get caught up. And the couple of items that I said I'm going to go back and play around with it, the eyeshadow palette, the BB cream, that'll be either next weekend or the following Sunday. Have a blessed day, everyone. Peace.